Now, let's move on to exponential functions. What is the antiderivative of e to the 3x? If it's e to the some number x to the first power, here's what you need to do, it's just going to be e to the 3x, divided by the derivative of 3x, plus c. If it's like x squared on top or x cubed or something else, it won't work. It only works if the exponent is a linear function. So, if you want to find the derivative of e to the 6x, it's simply going to be e to the 6x divided by 6. So, what about e to the x? It's going to be e to the x, divided by the derivative of x, which is 1, plus c. So, the antiderivative of e to the x stays the same. It's just e to x. Now, let's try a few more examples. Try these two, 9e to the 3x, and also, 11e to the 5x. So, this is to be 9e to the 3x divided by the derivative of 3x, which is 3, and that reduces to 3e to the 3x, plus c. For the last one, this is going to be 11e to the 5x divided by 3, plus c. Now, let's move on to trig functions. What's the antiderivative of cosine x dx? Now, think backwards, the derivative of what function is cosine? The derivative of sine is cosine, so, the antiderivative of cosine is positive sine. Now, what is the antiderivative of sine? The derivative of cosine is negative sine. So, the derivative of negative cosine is positive sine, which means the antiderivative of positive sine is negative cosine. So, let's say if we want to find the antiderivative of cosine 2x. This is going to be sine 2x, the angle has to stay the same. But then divided by the derivative of 2x, which is 2. This works is only if you have a linear function on the inside can you use this technique. So, for example, the antiderivative of cosine 8x is simply sine 8x divided by 8 plus c. Now, what is the antiderivative of 10 sine 2x? So, this is just going to be 10, the antiderivative of sine is negative cosine 2x, but divided by 2. So, we can reduce that to negative 5 cosine 2x plus c. 10 divided by 2 is 5. Let's try this one, for sine 2x, dx. The antiderivative of sine is negative cosine 2x, but divided by 2. So, the final answer is negative 2 cosine 2x plus c, 4 divided by 2 is 2. Now, what is the antiderivative of secant squared, dx? The derivative of tangent and secant squared, so the antiderivative of secant squared is simply tangent x. So, if we want to find the antiderivative of 6 secant squared 3x, this is going to be 6 times tangent 3x, but divided by 3, plus c, which becomes 2 tangent 3x, plus c. Now, what is the antiderivative of secant x tangent x? The derivative of secant is secant tangent, so, this is equal to just secant x, plus c.